to you. Now, what Michelle Obama says here is very powerful for me. She says, active citizenship is being engaged. One, is being engaged. The word engaged is a word used first in relation to putting gears of a car to determine its movement. However much I rev the car, if it's in neutral, it will not move. Even if I fill with petrol, even if I change petrol from 95, maybe I try to, if it's not engaged, it will not move. It's either engaged forward or engaged back. Now she says, it's the one who is engaged. There might be many of us who are here, but we are in a neutral. So we move neither forward, but what I've learned though is that if you leave a car on neutral, it can move in whichever direction anyone pushes it to. And I guess that's where we were brought to. So engaged, one, in our community. Anyone here has a community. Are you engaged in your community? The second thing, she says that making a difference. And the third one, or the fourth one, is using our voices. Everyone has a voice to use. And then secondly, using our choices. Anyone can take decisions to do that. And lastly, she says the purpose of it all is to cause positive change. That explains exactly what they are in it because they have no choice, but I'm in it because I've made a choice to be with them. I am selfless now to share in their pain. Tell you we're making a difference. We're using our voices. Practically, we're making choices, and we have taken a cause to cause change. Now, practically, what does engage mean? It might mean to someone adopting a cause, a political cause, to change the party. You may take a cause to change the nature of lives young people live in the township. You can take a cause to change how we deal with the environment, how we promote entrepreneurship. But it must be a cause that is bigger than me and not about my self-interest, but it's about the interest of the community in which I found. Now, engage might also mean getting involved. Getting involved means there's something happening. Getting involved is to jump into that which others are doing. It's to recognize that some people are making a move. It's not to watch and simply criticize them for not doing it as best as they could. It's for me to get in and contribute to what they are doing. This movement will also contribute to the efforts of others who are like-minded. We are not going to be operating as a side. Then I can go through quickly the next slide. The streams. One is voter mobilization, mobilizing citizens in relation to that last part, one of the qualities of a devoted citizen. The other one is voluntarism, getting involved in the work of the community, whatever might be, fixing this or fixing that, getting people into some position of safety. It is mobilizing the youth, the most important asset for us in the country. Leadership development, building leaders who are going to take us forward and move the nation. And most importantly, we are building a group of nation builders, not people who are simply building for their own comfort and good, but they realize that for them to succeed, the nation must succeed. It is not Mandela alone who must build a nation, but you and I must build a nation. We must see ourselves as community builders, as nation builders. Now, what are those 8 things that we need to do in order to demonstrate that we are engaged citizens, that the devoted citizen movement will be leading. The first one, we need to communicate our devotedness. We need to express our devotedness in a number of ways. One way of expressing it is by branding it, is by displaying our message. If our message is that I act ethically, it might be on my t-shirt, it might be on a signpost on my car, it might be around my house, it might be in my status updates for social media or stuff like that. We need to use branding power to communicate our devotedness. This is the reason why companies spend billions marketing. It is because they know the power of marketing. There's no point saying I'm devoted and I don't communicate it, hoping somebody will decipher it somehow. I need to communicate it. So I want to encourage every one of us here to order a devoted citizen t-shirt as just the first step towards doing so. And we will value the message and put more messages that suits you, suits another person, so that you walk around with devoted citizens and everybody notices that these kinds of people are saying something about society. You understand what I'm saying? I also have a Goosey t-shirt I never bought, was bought by someone, because I didn't buy a Goosey t-shirt. But it says a lot of messages about me. I just don't tell them it was not me who bought it, but it's mine. Similarly, a t-shirt that says, I will not let things fail in my presence, might trigger a thought in someone. You know, the trickiest is come from all of us in order to do it. When you prepare people as well to be able to write opinion pieces in newspapers, to deliver podcasts that can be shared with major news media, conveying their message about what they think needs to be fixed with education, what must be fixed with health, needs to be fixed with social development, and all these particular things. We will be training people about how to handle the media and use it to our advantage. But the most important thing is to be able to write your own opinion piece and influence people that will never influence the word of mouth. Right now, if you post an opinion piece on News 24 Voices, as it's called, the list number, I just checked yesterday, of hits and reads from the poorest of the opinion pieces was 26,000. And it's a piece that was posted 2 days ago by some young person. Now, if your message is resonating with people, it goes to 100,000 or beyond. These are people who are soaking up your idea. Never worry about whether they will lose it. Worry that you have done your part to influence those people. The second thing that we need to do is start conversation. Because conversations can change people. Those conversations can range from one-on-one conversations with people, or taking people out for a ride in order to talk not just about cars this time, not just about dress code, but to talk about our concerns for the country and what we can do together. Range from that small one to bigger ones which we can arrange. We can bring political parties here and say, you 4 political parties, tell us what you want to do with the water issue. We hear that the next load shedding issue is going to be water. What's your plan? Why should we vote for you? Why should we trust you? You are in the city of Johannesburg. What exactly are you doing about this matter? We quiz them, because that's what devoted citizens do. They don't just come and worship leaders, but they hold them to account for what they stand for as a form of love. We love them by questioning them, by reminding them of their responsibility. These dialogues include the annual lecture that we have, that we need to keep improving to make sure that it's engaging us and leads to action that we can track going forward. The third thing is engagements. We need to work on engagement. I know that many people here have great ideas about how we could better engage different constituencies. We know, because of the Devoted Citizen book, that we can engage schools, for example, taking the book there, but not just give them the book, but then convey a message about why we love them so much that we give them a book, not about the dress codes, but a book about how to dress our country better. Why are we doing that? Because it might cause someone who was about to give up on ever doing anything to start picking up the pieces. Many people know they need to do something, but they need to be re-inspired that they can actually do it again. We need to engage places of worship. Political parties are going to be visiting every church. Churches are going to be loved a lot between now and about May next year, and then they will disappear after that because they are looking for a vote. The largest number of black middle class is in the church. The last surveys done, 80% of the black middle class frequents the church more than a bar, more than a school, more than a university. There were about 5 institutions. The church was number 1. That is where you find them if you need them. Now, if they visit the church, we too must visit the church to tell church people or people who are placed in church that there's a responsibility that is upon your shoulder. It's not just to sit there and give them what they look for. Ask the hard question. Challenge them. Study them. Look carefully about it. Don't vote for the one you like, but vote for the one the country likes or the one the country needs. Yes. There's more successful countries like the Scandinavian countries, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and all that. They are successful because they have citizens who vote strategically. What does it mean? I love this party, but because I love it and I know it's not competent, I vote for this one, though I don't like it, because I need the country needs it. But these ones, I love them, I'll wear their t-shirt. It's okay. But these ones, I need them, I will vote for them. Because I vote for what is in my best interest, not the one that is closest to my heart. Even the Bible said the heart is a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing. I think it says so, Babum says. I can't vote with my heart. It's only kids who are led by hearts. Adults are led by heart and mind. That's why the Bible says, the man thinketh, not in his mind, in his heart. When there's a coordination between the mind and the heart, a human being is mature and they can do the proper thing. Now we need to engage the streets. A lot of middle class people, young people are in the streets. They're in the ranks, they're in street corners. The street corners in South Africa are the highest concentration of direct marketing. Somebody knows something about it. That is where you meet them. Just a mere placard saying nothing. There's a young man called John Mulepo from Limpopo. Of course, people from Limpopo can do wonders. From Limpopo, who was able to raise alone by standing with a placard, not only one that looked like a peep, mobilizing funding for poor students to get bursaries. He was able to raise funding for 80 students in 1 week by saying nothing but by standing in a popular robot and all of that. So we can also mobilize and engage that constituency. The fourth one, we need to engage and use the technology. I know Kenny will come and talk to us about the app we're talking about. But there are apps we should produce. There are AI tools we must use. There are SMS systems. I get SMS now from one of the political parties and say, oh, the party that runs us is messing up, but you can come to us. And they use that because it works. We may need to use the full force of technology. We do not know what else is there. But we, as a devoted citizen, we have an app that we are developing. It is multi-purpose built so that you don't just get the information about how you could solve the water issues in your area, but to know what others are doing to solve health education. And also to know what do parties stand for. This party stands for this, so that you don't get wood only just by their marketing, but you also understand that they do it. An African proverb says, a good thing sells, a bad thing advertises. That is why political parties can advertise so bad, because you don't need to advertise too much when your actions and your conduct already says you are good. You get what I'm saying? The fifth thing is the cell formation. We need to think of ourselves in a form of a cell formation. Each one, if Percy, allow me to call me Percy.
That's my name.
Percy from Sinwabarana, that side, my village. If Percy has 5 people in the area that he lives in, that he knows, his duty is not to convince the whole of Kempton Park, is to convince the 5 people around them, 1. 2, once he's got them to understand they need to be engaged, he then asks each one of them to also convince another 5 or 10 people. You understand what I'm saying? It's called a cell formation. That is how Denmark changed itself in the 1960s. You and I have people that we can reach, that we know. If we would not go to a rally and speak to big groups, we can speak to people who are close to. We talk about the price, we talk about dress code, we talk about many other things, but we can now talk about, we need to change this country. No, we need to do something about this. Education can actually be better if we try this. Engage them on issues of society and try and get them to engage 5 other people. You know why? Because the people I access may not be the people that Nomusa access, though we live in the same house.
Yeah.
We live in the same bedroom, but she has access to people I don't have access to. So she needs to mobilize the people there to demonstrate that they are devoted citizens. They are devoted enough to send a message to someone. Because before long, that cell grows. That is how revolutionary movements won their game. All of them were built on that. The Ugandan one was not known for 5 years that it existed, because everybody spoke to a cell of 5 people. Therefore, it could be under the radar, will not be killed by the authorities, because people were influencing a smaller group. And it turned out it already had millions of people, but under the radar. It's not important for us to be seen to be making change. It is important for us to make change that is seen.
Yeah.
Get what I'm saying? For an African proverb says, that baobab tree was not tumbled by the big prancing monkey on top, but by the work of small little insect gnawing at its wood and its root. Now, if each insect thought it was too small to change this, they might not have been changed. They just needed to do what they needed to do. The rest will solve itself up. Now, the 6th one is elections. We are devoted. We are devoted. We are you see there's vote there. We are devoted indeed, and elections are one of many opportunities we have to change the direction of the country in any area of life. The vote influences whether I get water, whether I have sanitation, whether I have a functioning hospital. The vote is important. It's an important, absolutely important activity in the life of a democracy. Now, voting is important, and we said a devoted citizen votes how? Remember the adjective we used? Class, come on class. I'm a teacher by that. Come on class.
Responsible.
They vote responsibly. We heard that? They vote not frequently, but they vote responsibly. Many of us, we can meet the standard that we vote frequently. We never miss the vote. But frequently does not necessarily mean responsibly. It simply means I realize, Kenny, if you can come closer. I realize, I'm sorry for the camera people, I realize that in a life of a democracy, there's an exchange of power. Every 5 years, the person looking for my power comes to me He even comes to an mkuku, holds a child with mucus, and smiles before a camera. When he's looking for my vote, he even comes. He can even kneel before me, looking for my vote. He understands the vote belongs to me. The power belongs to me. He will do anything to come to it. Now the principle of democracy, please take it, hold it. Yes, the principle of democracy is that you cede power to the one you are asking to lead for you, but you don't let go. Okay. You cede, you don't surrender. Yeah. Because once you surrender, you say move left, they can move right. You say come to me, they can move right. We have no hold on them. But the logic was you hold it, don't let go, then you can move them any direction you want them to move, because, let go of my phone. Because you did not surrender your rights and responsibility. You signal to them that I'm giving this to you, but it's not a permanent vote. So that they don't say I will rule you until Jesus comes. That is to take me for granted, to tell me that I will rule you even if you want me or you don't want me. Because it can't be. It can't be. Now, there are three things with voting. One, we're going to be driving a voter registration. Everybody above 18 must vote, must register to vote. You can't vote without registering. Now we register electronically. So we'll be passing messages, giving people a link, please register, please register, please register. Before we talk about complicated things, please register. Yeah. Please register. Everybody will say register. We're going to target our kids. The kids between 18 and 23 are the ones that have the lowest number in relation to voter registration. They have given up. They see it, they say my parents voted, para. Yeah. We need to get them back because they can change society. They're the largest cohort. You get me? So we'll do that. The second thing is voter education, which is to say, then when you vote, how do you vote? How do you use your vote? The last one is that we will register devoted citizens with the IEC and other structures so that it can go observe all those 2,900 polling stations and see if everything is being voted by. 126,000. Can you imagine it? You go to everyone and make sure it's all voted. Everywhere you vote, you would find somebody with a t-shirt, devoted citizen, is making sure there's integrity in the voting. We have enough people to go into the length and breadth of the country. You and I will assist in doing that. We will be monitoring that. But we will monitor after the vote as well. Now, the seventh, quickly, is to take up invited spaces. You are invited somewhere. For example, there was a global, I'm not sure anyone saw it, there was Activate Global Citizen with Asha, the singer, that was in Joburg last year. That has had 90,000 people in attendance. We will offer to be present there and ask to be given 1 minute to say something. That is to take up an invited space. Or there is something happening anywhere, somebody from devoted citizen must be able to pitch there according to their abilities. Or there's an international law or something. Somebody here from law will go and attend it. We will take up every invited space. The most important invited space is Parliament. Citizens are invited to Parliament all the time, but citizens don't pitch. We will be a platform that will help represent the citizens. When they say come, no law will be made without our presence, so that when we obey the law, we obey the correct law. Come on. We will make input on policies. We will write and say we want the policy to have this. We will collect petitions and all of those kinds of things. But we will go to every invited space. If there are people here from other civil society organizations, invite us. We will be there to spread the message and all of that. Now, the last one, which is the eighth one, is the smart partnerships. We are looking to have partners among people in society generally, across a range of things. Could be civil societies like us. We share the same objective. You can do it alone, but we can do better if we do it together. Yeah. I'm quoting Solomon.
we can do it alone, but we can do it better if we do it together. 2, we can share resources. Instead of paying for it alone, we try and put it together. Instead of us paying it alone, we share the resources. But we're also looking for sponsors. Because somebody, Mtsetwa, knows how to stand on the street and mobilize people. They have that ability. But somebody says, I don't have. They can send their money to do that for them, because somebody has the courage to do that. When I have the courage to contribute money, and the one will have the courage to walk there, we work together and reinforce and work according to our abilities. So we will be looking forward to people coming forward and say, I can sponsor books, a group of books. If you are doing on a project there, I can sponsor the branding material, I can sponsor t-shirts. Oh no, I can sponsor a whole project, I can put in money in there, I can put monthly account, knowing that it will be put to good use. They know what the project works for. It's up into your mind. Make an effort, get involved. Don't be a spectator when you are now inside. Make an effort, work with us, and let us build this movement into something that our future generation will be proud of. Devoted citizens, it is in your hand. You can make a difference. Devoted citizen, make a difference. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you, Prof. Come on, you can do better than that. Now we know where to find the middle class and all those people. You said they are found in church, Bob. That's what you said. You know what we're going to do, Prof? Because that is where they are found. We're going to give you some Sundays. Ufake nje iveseli 1. And you give us those points. The next assignment is to go through all those churches, because that is where they are hiding. And then they don't want to come up into places like this. I know there's many groups who have joined us online. You know, Time to Rise, it's one of them. We just want to say thank you so much for joining us, and everybody here who has joined us from different organizations, because people who are here are leaders. Now, I want to call Kenny, and then for the next 5 or 7 minutes, and then he's going to share some of the benefits, because we are not just devoted citizens who are just going out there, you know, to help others, but there's more into that. So Kenny, just come up and then share what is in your heart, or what is already happening in the area of devoted citizen. Come on, give it up for Kenny.
Devoted citizen, good evening. Can everybody say amen? Amen. Amen. It's quite clear. I don't have time to dilly-dally about. I would have loved to also come up here and be sleeveless. Am I short or is this thing tall? My goodness. I would have loved to come up here and be as sleeveless as the wonderful Prof, my wonderful Rev. But unfortunately, I must tell you, this t-shirt was a good size before the tumble dryer did wonders to it. So it's a reasonable fit now. But yes, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for the opportunity. Allow me to go straight into the benefits of what we are doing. Prof has already alluded to the fact that we have engaged in some smart partnerships, and these smart partnerships were smart enough and devoted enough to afford us some of their technology. We have partnered with a company right here in Sandton that is in tech, and they have developed an app that we had conceptualized ourselves. Coincidentally, when we sat down to have a conversation with them, we found that we are more devoted citizens, those present here and those outside of these spaces. But just to go right into the app, if I may perhaps have the slides come up, this is what it is going to look like. We are going to, for now, refer to it as the Devoted Citizen Work Stream. And as it stands right now, we have got campaigns which are socio-economic matters that are contentious to us all, that affect us all in one way or the other. I am in North Riding, but the issue of water is also up here. You would not expect to be living in such a place and have issues of a water outage, electricity outage. Unemployment is also up on the board there. We are talking about issues of safety and security, transportation. There's issues of agriculture. Just about any space of problem that you can possibly think of, we're going to have them all put up here and narrowed down for you to just quickly access, play around and fiddle around. Don't even hold back when the time comes. Add your opinions, open up a chat room. There's space there for you to go into a discussion room and engage with people who are like-minded, people who are problem solvers, people who are enthusiastic about solving our problems from a technological space of view, because we are there right now. We are stepping into the future, and we cannot dilly-dally about the time is now. So 100%, I would definitely encourage you to play with this thing as much as possible. Leave TikTok, it gathers no moss. Leave Facebook, leave Instagram, leave X, former Twitter. Taking the initiative to consider what people use every single day as a technical companion. A phone runs our lives. When a phone goes off, you cannot call, you cannot receive, you cannot tell people when you are in danger, when you are distressed. Children are now taught to use phones who have mothers who are suffering from conditions that are life-threatening. They are able to tap on it from the ages of 2. My nephew is autistic, but right now he knows exactly how to type in a number and call his mother, call me if he needs to. This is exactly what we need to do. We need to use what is at our disposal and not waste the opportunity. So I would definitely say the smart partnership we came into implores us to have as many people come on. If I bring on 10 people to use the stream, if you bring on another 10, you bring on another 10, this also allows us a measure of economizing it. We then are able to monetize it in a way that will allow the movement to grow, will allow us to touch many lives and spread the message a lot more quicker and effectively. So the more people we have on the platform, the more we can monetize it. We can create advertising space. We can create a catalog where political parties come and share manifestos, not who did and who did not, but manifestos. Let us know what you're about. Why are we here for you to tell us what it is that you want to do for us as a country? That is what we're going to be focusing on. We're going to get stakeholders involved. I just recently saw that Metrobus went online yesterday with AI and new technology. Transportation, that is exactly where they're going to come in here. Fund the program, fund a space where they can bring in young people and teach them about the ins and outs of the logistical space and transportation, transporting and commuting people. That is a very intricate space that we take lightly, those who do not understand, who are on the outside. And I think 100%, without holding back, please devote yourself, give yourself the time to engage with this particular platform. As I said, for now it will be referred to as a devoted citizen work stream, but as we go, we will then adopt a more suitable and giving name. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you very much. So Kenny, Prof, and Rev, right now we're going to be taking questions. So we're going to have Rifilwe at the back and Kenny with the mic, myself as well. The questions, Rev and Prof, you can come up and then you'll be able to answer some questions. So if you have any...
Good evening, everyone. My name is Busimo Loi. I come from the ATM. I appreciate your presentation. Actually, if I was not on ATM, I was going to sign membership right now. I'm very, very happy. Your values are our values. The devotion is exactly what we are. However, I want to tell you guys, we are going far. I appreciate it. I'm happy, and we're still going to engage further. Thank you so much.
Okay, here we go.
Dumelang. Imbizo la ka ke Itumeleng Morakile, a member of Hope Restoration Ministries in Midrand. I think mine is just more of a comment. The reason some of us personally we are here is because we are so frustrated. And it's been an absolute pleasure to learn that one can make a difference because ra complainer in our little corners, we didn't know what to do. But the fact that, we have this.
That you will make use of it, and we look forward to working with you to make it happen, make a difference.
Thank you so much. I'm Spiwe. I'm a member as well of HRM, Midrand Campus.